blocked by 3 Truro players, and that will be the end of the game. It has finished Truro City 3, Maidstone United 1. And our second visit to Gloucester for Conference South, Gloucestershire for a Conference South game has ended exactly the opposite to the first one. And we have, for the first time in our history, I believe, we've lost to Truro City.
Yes, as they play out Dancing in the Moonlight. Certainly Maidstone's push for the top 3 is very much in the moonlight, fading, twinkling as the dark clouds come over from that performance. Rafe Brown's late header, not really any sort of sugar coating of any description. I think 3-0, frankly, Darren, would well have been a deserved scoreline for Truro.
I think more a reflection on what actually happened. Just briefly to give a top of the take summary. Truro dominated the first half, went in 2-0 up. The second half was more Maidstone United. Silly penalty given away as the Truro staff and the players are going to shake hands with all the Truro fans that made the journey. And then Rafe Brown managed to right on the 90th minute head one in, but too late, too little.
It was. They're going to be very happy, the Truro fans over on our right hand side, the Stones fans on the left applauding, and they're very good in number and noise this afternoon, very much outnumbering the Truro fans this afternoon, and understandably so for the journey that they have had this afternoon, both sets of fans and clubs and officials, etc. Yeah, disappointing from Maidstone. Yeah, the start that Maidstone had was symptomatic of how the rest of the match was going to go, unfortunately. Sullivan, that one-on-one chance, Appiah made the mistake. Straight at Coverland, he managed to try and sort of like a salmon, that sort of Icelandic celebration, the fish sort of bobbing along the floor, heading it back into Coverland. Shortly after that, obviously we had Corn hitting the post running through Alla Portman Road, Tanga hitting the crossbar. If either of those had gone in, Maidstone have themselves a 1-0 lead.
Different afternoon.
Halfway through the first half, exactly. Instead, 5 minutes later, ball playing about on that left-hand side in the box, on the right-hand side of the left side of the pitch. Harvey gets the ball played back to him. Beautiful, accurate first-time finish, bottom left-hand corner of Coverland's goal. And then Class's pass went astray. Heyman hit the haymaker right through the middle, and Sullivan again through Appiah's tackle, rebounded from him, and it was Sullivan who made that 2-0. He come off very shortly after that, and you could see Maidstone getting a bit more of the play either side of half time. There was that 2 or 3 minute spell around the hour mark, all those corners were coming in. Bentley's was probably the most effective header. Solwanjo Smith come on at 2-0, we have to mention, for Mo File. That got changed around. Bentley come on before the hour. So it wasn't for the want of trying from George Elokobi and his bench and everybody over there. But even with Bentley's header, Adupoku came on, had a cross. That was about it. And then at 3-0, we thought it was all over from Brown's challenge. Harvey penalty, scored that. Straight up the other end, and Maidstone were effective from a set piece. Tanga took it on the near side on that occasion. Corn been involved in so many of them this season, so good to see Tanga taking that. Brown bullet header, did mention, could we have brought Greenwich on, had another defender on for the aerial challenges. I mean, the straws have been clutched at, Darren, we've already mentioned.
It's done, even the best teams have days like that. You just hope that it's not today every time.
Truro wanted it, needed it more. That's helped them secure their safety in National League South for next season. And I just think, Darren, the ball just kept going too long and too far down the channels for Maidstone. That seemed to be the main ploy that the Stones had, and it just didn't. The ball didn't hold up enough, and it just really didn't go Maidstone's way this afternoon. And the results, it really did show that was a big issue in the end for Maidstone, and they were just unable to make it count in the end, and make it stay in play for long enough, keep the ball for long enough. And from a Maidstone perspective, just not great. Still a few games going on in South that affect Maidstone, but the as live as it can be table shows Maidstone in 5th, I believe, because Worthing have won. So we'll go through the results as they are. Bath 1, Torquay 0, That pushes Torquay further into trouble. Chelmsford 3, Tunbridge 0 is the latest. Eastbourne 3, Chippenham 0 is the latest. Eastbourne nearly safe. Taunton with 10 men now at Farnborough, still 1-0 up. Man City beat Luton 5-1. Chelmsford Tunbridge has just finished as Wigfield Saturday night starts to blare out, so they're clearly going to enjoy their Saturday night round these parts.
Well, they can't. They've still got 3 games left next
week.
Well,
some of them might be staying up here for the next couple of them, to be fair.
Yeah.
Hampton and Richmond 1, Dover 0. Havant 1, Braintree 2. Hemel 2, Slough 3. St Albans 2, Worthing 4. 3-1 Truro here in Gloucester against the Stones. Welling and Weymouth are goalless in stoppage time. Aveley 2-1 up against Weston-super-Mare in stoppage time. Yeovil 3, Dartford 1. Dartford are confirmed as relegated out of National League South. But Taunton, with a game in hand as it stands and 2 points behind Torquay, Torquay themselves could also be going down and joining Dover, Havant and Dartford. Hemel Hempstead look like, well, they've still got an outside chance of finding themselves going down. Playoff positions, as I say, Maidstone looks like they're going to be down in 5th once all the results get put onto the board. Most of the games are done, and there's a bit of a worry for Maidstone. We've always said they're going to have a home playoff, but we'd always prefer it, Darren, to be the semi-final rather than the quarter-final.
Yeah, absolutely. Talking of finals, should I mention that before our next league game?
Well, yeah, try and get some positive vibes going back in on the hot take before we finish.
We've got a Kent Senior Cup final at Ebbsfleet, and it'll be myself and Nigel Seeger. Just warn everybody that myself and Nigel have done 4 cup matches, and all 4 have ended in penalty shootouts.
We shall wait and see whether that strikes again. Of course, Ebbsfleet have got the trip to Accrington to play Halifax the night before. But yes, Darren and Nigel will be covering that for us here on Stones Live. Disappointment here in Gloucester, but hopefully less disappointing when we get to Bromley in a few days' time. So, from myself, Sean Skerr, and from this man, Darren Stiles, as always,
come on, you Stones.